Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Hey. What's going on, boppers? Yeah, so a little gist of the what's going on here, just in case. So I tightened up security of the chat and everything for compared to like yesterday's stream, because I had like a couple individuals just spam with alt accounts the usual crap. So normally I added filters to a chat and made the chat bot actually work, but I also added like a 24-hour sub only mode. So anybody cry, I guess you can cry to me about the 24-hour sub only mode. Oh wait, you can't. Go and seethe. Anyway, let's just do this for science. Let's just react to some Asmongold content here. Let's see what we got here. We got plenty to watch, honestly, for like 2 weeks. So I don't know about it. It's kinda, ooh, it's still painful. Don't get me wrong. It's weird. But whatever, right? I don't think mentioning anything related to Asmongold himself in his reactions will help too much, because I think everything has probably been said already. I have to probably also take a couple more notes and everything in the Asmongold notes about the final video that's going to be after this 2-week stream marathon. But like, I'm going to probably mainly do like mention the video he's reacting to instead of like the actual Asmongold reaction, which, because it's the usual shit. It's the same shit every fucking time. What do you fucking know? Same shit, same garbage. But yeah, what's this? Musk versus Twitter. What's the reacts to? Yeah, okay, goody. Oh, hold on.
This video is brought to you by Keeps. Stick around to hear more about the discount they're providing to the entire upper echelon community. Okay, today, once again, we add to the story of Musk versus Twitter because it's a gift that keeps on giving, and we're starting to reach the end game. Short recap, even though a topic like this has dominated the news cycle for a very long time and probably doesn't even need one, Elon Musk proposed a buyout of Twitter. He started by acquiring about 9% of the company over the span of a few weeks, morphed that into an attempted takeover, shifted again to an actual offer, and now...
There's so many pictures of the Twitter icon being literal hell. Holy fucking shit.
He's backing away from the deal entirely after claiming that Twitter...
Wait, what is fucking Johnny Depp and Amber Heard doing there? What the fuck? What do they have to do with a fucking Twitter buyout? What the shit? What the fuck? Oh, look at the chat, by the way. Leftoids about to mold. What the fuck does that even mean?
Is withholding key information from him that is required to make the purchase. A few things here. First,
I would probably assume that's true. I would assume that Twitter does not want to make it public how many bots are on their website. I do think, like, I'm going to be honest, like, I might sound like a conspiracy Andy here. I 100% think Twitter does things that are bad under the table that people don't know. I think that they intentionally manipulate different trends for different reasons. Yeah, I don't trust Twitter at all.
His offer was $54.20.
Yeah, you use Twitter. Interesting.
The number matters because he wanted it to say $4.20. It's a weed joke. He's rich enough and strange enough to use hundreds of millions of dollars just to make a very expensive joke. And second, he then began to send a storm of tweets that were very critical of Twitter itself. But one of those tweets in particular was aimed at bots. Quote, "If our Twitter bid succeeds, we will defeat the spam bots or die trying."
That's
End
good.
quote. That's odd. It's not odd by
And
itself.
authenticate all real humans. I think that a lot of people don't want authentication. This is actually something that I might not agree with. I'll have to think.
Wait, what is Upper Echelon Gamers doing with that troll face avatar? What the fuck?
Think about it. Is that one of the good things about the internet is the fact that it's like if you want to... It's like the old quote, right? If you want somebody to tell you the truth, give them a mask. And that's whenever they'll tell you what they really think. And I think social media gives people the ability to do that. I don't want to be authenticated. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to be authenticated. There are a lot of people also that do, however.
itself, but in context, it makes absolutely zero sense. I'm not going to harp on this too much, though I am quite happy to be correct, but all of this was rather expected. My theory, I'm not alone in this by the way, but I don't see all that many people really delving into it, is that Elon Musk used a Twitter bid to suppress a variety of news stories that were very critical of him. I have a bunch of other videos on this, I guess I can link them down below in the description. He dominated specific search engine keywords by doing this, and also, more importantly, created the pretext necessary to offload something like $8.5 billion worth of Tesla stock right at the top of the market before a substantial decline.
Holy
shit. The deal
shit.
itself from day one was kind of shaky. His attempts at financing seemed very risky. His attitude towards the company seemed almost malevolent. And one more thing that we
It seemed like a meme. Like, for the longest time, like, I didn't think this was gonna happen.
to know is that when his initial proposal was filed, he waived his rights of due diligence. This is something I probably should have done a better job discussing in prior coverage because
Okay.
it is actually critical to the entire process. Due diligence is basically when a company, entity, or person conducts research into whatever it is they are buying.
Right.
For Musk, that would be research into the fundamentals and business prospects of Twitter. But when he filed the initial proposal with the SEC, he very specifically waived that right because the proposal in and of itself was an acknowledgement that he was done with due
Wait for
diligence.
Elon Musk
He basically
stops.
agreed to buy Twitter.
Sorry.
And the phase where
Wait
he
for
can ask
Elon
about
Musk
numbers and
stocks.
business
Docs.
operations,
Docs.
et cetera,
Sorry.
to inform
Ooh.
the purchase
My
is
fucking
basically
tongue.
over. This matters because it undermines pretty much everything he has tried to say since then, and yet here we are.
So if he signed that away, how's he able to back out of it because of the bot numbers and not knowing them? Like, the thing is, Elon Musk is obviously a really, really smart guy. Like, whether you think that he deserves to have as many $1 billion as you think or not, he's obviously really, really smart. Yeah, Rich is smart?
Oh yeah, Asmongold really simping for fucking Elon Musk.
Guys, only on the internet do you have people that are typing in an anonymous chat room thinking that they're smarter than the richest person in the world. Like, it just... Think about how outrageous this is.
Theory was that he would claim material breach of conditions after he began to fixate on Twitter's bot account numbers. Word for word, that's precisely what happened.
Yeah.
But if we remember the context here, that's very strange. First thing, he was openly stating that he had knowledge of a bot problem on Twitter, maybe spam is a better word, and intended to solve that problem if the bid was successful. That was one of his goals.
It's a good thing.
Well, second, he had waived his rights to due diligence already, or kind of finalized the idea of purchasing it and gone through that process and completed it, meaning he really wasn't able to demand information from them. He was, to some degree, but not in that way, owing to the fact that he had already committed with a $1 billion termination penalty. Regardless, Twitter gave him full access. They complied with this in a way that was effectively an insult, right? They gave him access to the fire hose, which is all of the tweets that come through. It's like a stream of data, a massive stream of data.
Holy
that would be very difficult to analyze. But they did give him access. And then, on the exact date that the option became available to him, Elon Musk sent a letter to terminate the deal. That's where we are right now, but there's a bit more to discuss as well. Pause. Before going any further, it's time for me to pay the channel bills and offer a partner discount in the process. 95% of you watching this right now are men aged 18 to 45. Anyone else outside that range, you are also amazing. Don't forget that, but that's the primary demographic.
Oh my god.
The main group when it comes to hair loss is men, ages
Why
18
can't that be
to
me?
35, and thus Keeps is one of the most effective sponsors to have. Keeps can
Great.
help prevent hair loss with generic versions of the only 2 products on the entire market that are FDA approved. Keeps has more 5-star
Fucking Asmongold will be #1 client of Keeps.
reviews than any of its
Look at his
competitors.
forehead.
You can order and get treated directly from your
Why is it that every video that I watch nowadays has a Keeps ad? Yeah, this is a personal attack.
home, and some men even experience hair growth while using Keeps, not just retention. For a limited time, using the link down below in the description, you can get 50% off your first order. Again, that's 50% off your first order if you click the link down below in the description. I get paid to say this, but Keeps has also long supported the channel. So if you're in the market for hair loss prevention treatment of any kind, definitely check them out. Big thank you.
So if you're in the market, no fucking human being says that. What the fuck?
For sponsoring the channel. So what else can we look at? Obviously, Twitter is taking Elon Musk to court. That much is a guarantee.
I'm excited to see
It was
this.
guaranteed when Twitter decided.
Bro,
to
like, I hope, please, Elon, if you watch this video, like, there's a chance you watch this video, please fucking publicize that. Right? Like, I need some content. Like, please make it to where it gets recorded. Please, I need to see it. Like, please make it to where that happens. Yeah, we want another trial stream, boys. Come on.
It was attractive, and they wanted it to actually happen. However, the results of that, to make a couple more predictions here, could be somewhat interesting. I'm not a legal expert.
I don't
but
think
all
it's
signs
ever
point to a battle
happened,
where it's
did
quite
it?
obvious that Elon Musk is trying to get out of a deal that he technically shouldn't be able to get out of. I mean, he is responding to memes about the SEC being completely blind while investigating all this with open public agreement. He's basically just thumbing his nose at the entire establishment and saying, I can do whatever I want. Twitter seems to have a pretty strong case here. Elon Musk waited until the exact date where he could try to terminate the deal and then did exactly that, which shows a significant amount of planning, in my opinion. And the battle may not be over a $1 billion breakup fee. It may be substantially more, because the...
Bro, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with this. Like, do you think that whenever everything is said and done, Elon Musk is going to own Twitter or not? I don't know. I really, really don't know. No, you guys think not. No shot. I thought that about Trump being president. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, there's no way. No way this is going to happen. Then it fucking happens.
These two parties need to agree on a certain amount of money in order to part ways and not go to court, which I think is the most likely outcome. But anyway, to be more specific, Elon Musk technically cannot just pay the $1 billion and walk away. He can be sued, Twitter has that right, for specific performance, that's what it's called. And as long as the debt financing is there, Twitter can push to execute the merger agreement. Also, if Elon Musk were to tank his own position to a point where he can't actually close the deal, my understanding is that it wouldn't actually serve as a valid excuse. Twitter's chairman already announced that they will, of course, take Elon Musk to court, and that they intend to enforce the merger.
The Twitter board is committing to closing the transaction on the price and terms agreed upon with Mr. Musk, and plans to pursue legal action and enforce the merger agreement. We are confident that we will prevail in the Delaware Court of Chancery. Oh my God.
Agreement. This is public from him. But the drama is...
Yeah, he looks like a very, very
stand
lovely chat
for or
on
against the deal,
Asmongold's stream.
there's always something to latch onto. Fans of Elon Musk are now arguing that he has tricked Twitter into an impossible legal situation. Memes like this are just adding fuel to
See,
the
I
fire.
saw this shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I actually don't know what's happening. Like, I've never bought a company before, right? So not at least a big one like this. Like, So, like, I'm not sure.
And the narrative has emerged that all of this was deliberate. Some people are claiming that Elon Musk has executed some sort of Kaiser Soze legal backstab because the information that Twitter was suppressing, though it doesn't appear that they were really holding back anything at this stage from him, will now come out during search and discovery for a legal case. If this were somehow true, I'm not saying it's impossible, but if it were true, if Twitter was and is misrepresenting their monthly active users, their
So he thinks that Twitter gave him fake information. So he wants Twitter to take him to court because they'll be forced to reveal the fake information that they showed him. If that actually happens, oh my God.
they use to a significant degree.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Twitter has been claiming that there are only 5% spam accounts as far back as their IPO. And if Elon Musk really did blow all of that up, well, that's one for the history books. However, that's not what I would place my bet on. My prediction is this. Elon Musk and Twitter will reach a settlement behind closed doors. Elon Musk will walk away, having gotten everything he really wanted out of the deal already, such as liquidating a huge chunk of his Tesla stock, which very clearly does not trade on fundamentals, and is highly subjected to Elon Musk himself as a charismatic leader. Thus, he needs
I remember that happened. Remember whenever he smoked weed on Joe Rogan and his stock went down? Can you believe that? I was like, what the fuck?
damn good reason to start selling billions of dollars worth of his ownership, but he will not have achieved a total win. Twitter will have taken a pretty big chunk out of him. Not only that, but there will be multiple investor lawsuits on top of it.
Yeah.
Actually, there already are quite a few, but there will be many more.
Oh, I think he's
After
in
that,
it.
Twitter itself as a company will be seen as weak. The share price is already declining, the premium that Musk offered is rapidly dissolving, and barring certain major platforms like Facebook because of antitrust law and a few other reasons, someone, somewhere, will swoop in and buy out what remains.
Like Walmart.
Twitter will be absorbed into a larger company eventually, and Elon Musk will walk away
Apple.
having effectively trolled a multi-billion-dollar social media company into the dirt. I could be wrong, but so far my gut instinct seems fairly on point with this. To be clear, there are
Hold on. Imagine why this really is. This is probably because Elon Musk gets bullied a lot on Twitter. So, you know, this is very vindictive on his part.
I honestly, that would be so fucking funny if that happened. Oh my God.
multitude of potential.
Yeah, we are
Twitter and Elon Musk
Asmongold
fight to the death
simping
in
for
court,
fucking
search and
Elon
discovery all the
Musk.
way. Maybe he gets quite literally forced to pay $44 billion for the company.
It's a lot of money.
Twitter goes up in flames completely because they've been lying to everyone since day one. If they work out some kind of deal out of court, maybe they sign a revised merger agreement and the price goes down and Elon gets a better deal, which, again, people keep saying he's playing 4D chess and this is what he's doing, but nothing about this deal so far has been rational, so it's hard to expect rational things to happen in the end game.
That's the thing, is like, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen with this. Like, I honestly, like, yeah, like, it's, like, this is, it's like, it was easier to predict the ending of Game of Thrones than to predict the ending of this. Like, I have no idea. People love to attribute so much credit to him. Yeah, I mean, I think that I don't know what the plan is here. I'm going to be real. People trying to second guess the richest man in the world, trying to get on the gravy train. I don't know. That's the thing. It's just crazy. I have no idea. Imagine if Twitter bots make up like 40% of accounts. Oh, man. Like, Twitter's in a bad spot right now. It's a lose-lose for them. People vastly overestimate Elon's intelligence. I don't know. I mean, the guy's, I think the guy's pretty smart. He's the fucking richest guy in the world. He's multiple successful companies. I think the people that say, like, as I said, it is peak internet fucking user behavior to think that you in the chat room are smarter than the richest man in the world. Like, come on. Now, you could, there's a chance.
Yeah, a little fold over there, buddy. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you have to be fucking smart. I'm just saying.
Chance that this could not end well for him. There is a very good chance. I just want to see what happens.
It's highly unlikely to me that Elon Musk walks away scot-free from all this. The claim about bots, aside from being contradictory to his prior statements, would have to be classified as having a material adverse effect. That's the technical terminology. And that's not an easy bar to clear. If Twitter is even remotely close in their spam user calculations, maybe having a shit testing methodology or something like that, but getting the ballpark of a real number, then you probably can't prove a material adverse effect. The numbers they have given for years would need to be catastrophically wrong to the point of deliberate lies.
This is the whole video, by the way. It's the Twitter logo with a bunch of animated graphics.
Misrepresent that kind of statistic for all
these years over and over again.
Damaging way, especially given the public nature of the company. Right?
I think that they would. I think that it's in their best interest to represent there being a lot of bots on Twitter. The reason why I think it's in their best interest is because that's what gets them. Like, social media platforms thrive on the idea that everybody is using them. So if the numbers are going down, the numbers continue to go down. And if the numbers are going up, the numbers continue to go up. So I don't know. And you're right. Maybe.
Oh, you know, it kind of sounds like, oh, I don't know. Water's wet. The sky's blue. The pigs walk. Fucking grass grows. You know, got some side kit.
And the thing is, lying to shareholders, I don't know. There are a lot of ways, like you like we've watched a lot of the shareholders meetings for like Activision Blizzard, and you see the ways that they obfuscate things by explaining them in monthly active users rather than in subscribers or something like that. I don't know. Easy to lie about numbers that you can't check. Yeah.
The way the market works and the way financial disclosures work. It's possible, but the more I sit here and think, the less likely it seems. I'm actually reminded, like, pretty strongly of this time where I bought a piece of furniture. This is going to be a really strange story, but bear with me. I bought a piece of furniture from a closing JCPenney store. It was one of their display tables, right? It was a nice coffee table, and I wanted it for my apartment.
Okay.
And the store was going to be shut down in like a week, so they were selling literally everything off the floor. But I had to go through this process of signing a bunch of papers and acknowledgments about what I was buying. I don't remember precisely why.
Oh, bro, like they made me do this whenever I bought a hamster because they said the hamster was sick. It died in 6 days. Yeah, I did this at Petco. Yeah, my mom, yeah. So basically, we bought a fucking hamster and we take it home and like the hamster died. And so my dad, it was like we bought it on like Monday and like it died on Saturday, or like maybe on Sunday it died the next Saturday. My dad wakes me up because like he came over, like we were gonna go to lunch, and he wakes me up. He's like, Zach, I'm like, yep. He's like, you ready to go to Wendy's? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, by the way, hamster died. And I'm like, fuck. I go out into the living room and I look at the garbage can. And you know how like whenever you have a garbage can and it's like full, you have like things like mounted over it? My dad placed my dead hamster on top of it like a fucking crown or like a candle on a birthday cake. And I see the hamster. I'm like, Dad, we can't just have him in the garbage can. I mean, this is something wrong. And he's like, well, we're not going to bury him. I'm like, yeah, but we should at least put him outside. And my dad's like, okay, yeah, sure. So he lifts his hand under the hamster. It's like this. He goes like this. He opens the back door. And with one hand, he goes like this. Whoop. Fucking flips that dead hamster out into the yard. He's like, all right, let's go to Wendy's. He yeets that bitch into the fucking garden. Man, I will never fucking forget that shit. Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
Also, who the fuck buys a sick enough hamster that will die in 1 week? Whose genius idea is that?
He's like, and then he got mad. He's like, you had this shit for less than a week. Like, who cares? Like, that's it. Like, you knew he was gonna die.
And it's
Let's
odd
go to
that it
Wendy's,
stuck out
yeah.
to me this much, but one of those papers had a lot of fine print about how once I sign it, I have to buy it, and I can't take it back or claim
Yeah.
that it's damaged to get out of the purchase.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
being sold as is, or try to get a different table, right? It had to be that specific one, and so on and so forth. There was a whole huge thing. It was long, and it seemed entirely unnecessary for just a coffee table. That's what stuck out in my mind. And I'm sure a $44 billion merger agreement is way more intense.
They probably have more
But
paperwork
Elon
for
Musk
that one.
claiming
Yeah.
that there are more bots than he thought, and thus the deal should be voided, is like if I signed all of those papers and then walked physically towards the coffee table and then said, ha, just kidding, I see a scratch on it, I'm not going to buy it. That really just wouldn't work. One of the final points I want to talk about is the idea
I
that Twitter...
don't know about that. Like, and to be honest, like, that seems true, but if the information was actually wrong and it was presented as wrong information, I don't know how that changes it. But again, like, I think this is completely, I've got no fucking idea.
firing certain
Yes, definitely you have no fucking idea.
executives, this is also a claim that he's making in the letter that he sent them, and having larger employee turnover after the deal was announced is somehow enough pretext to void the agreement entirely.
Yeah.
I've read through the proposal a number of times now, and there really just isn't anything in there to stop them. Normally, I think there's a specific section about limiting hiring/firing as the deal unfolds, like that's pretty common, but I don't see any indication of that here. So, not sure why or how it's going to be used as a justification to back out. Bottom line, Elon Musk is doing precisely what I thought he would, and backing away from the deal, trying to get out of it, it seems. Whether or not it actually
So a lot of
works,
people
that's
thought would happen.
completely up in the air, but my gut says no, it won't. At least not fully, but we'll see. And the end game of this battle will hopefully be very, very entertaining.
Yes.
That's it, though. If you want to support, there are links down below, locals
Yes.
and Patreon to support the channel, another YouTuber to check out, merchandise, social media,
Let me link
Keeps
this
the
for you
sponsor
guys.
as well, and a few more things, but I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night.
All right, this is good. He brought the giraffe back for this one. Like, dude. Oh my god, I cannot wait to see what this is gonna be, man. There's a video. Give him a like. Upper Echelon Gamers. The guy, he's probably gonna come on my stream sometime and talk about some of the stuff that he found about like Cyberpunk and maybe some other stuff as well. People underestimate how dangerous bots are on social media.
And then he reads the chat. I couldn't find like this particular workaround, or like not workaround, like a particular series of actions that Asmongold takes in every reaction video. He reacts to a video with barely any commentary or any kind of like, you know, solid commentary, right? And then he reads the chat. When the video ends, he reads the chat. Always, like, he tends to react to the chat. His brain cannot come up with original ideas for a commentary or anything. Then he basically reads chat. That's just sad. That's just fucking sad. I can notice he's already reading channel reaction video, which it's pretty fucking crap. He does this every fucking time. That's the filler at the end of the video, because look Look what remains of the video. Look what remaining part is there in the video. It's like, the video is 24 minutes. I don't know how long is the original video anyway. This is sad. Okay. This video is 11 minutes. It has, like, the fucking Asmongold's video doubled the amount of minutes the original video had. You can't be fucking shitting me like this. Oh, God. Well, okay, so I'm gonna take a little cigarette break, and I'm gonna be right back in 5 minutes. I'll see you in 5 minutes. Yeah, baby. Yeah, nothing new here. No donations or anything, so I don't know, whatever. Fucking hell, at least I'm still generating watch time, isn't it? Yeah, 40 minutes. Goody. Being 40 minutes into this thing, let's see here. What could we possibly do? What could we possibly do? Oh yeah, I was thinking of reacting to Asmongold subreddit, but apparently I was banned from Asmongold subreddit for 30 days after I posted the stream, the day one stream, and several day one reactions there. So yeah, imagine that shit. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Oh wow. Well, if you don't believe me, I got banned from the subreddit. Here's the thing, right? Here's a tiny itty bitty thing. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna basically show you. Give me a minute. So, okay, let me open the Reddit messages here. Let's see. Okay, you know the unfair ban from BrettTube, of course. And okay, there's the ban. Look at it. Just look at it. Look at it simply, right? You have been temporarily banned from participating in our Asmongold. This ban will last for 30 days. Yeah. For just posting my reaction videos there and the stream VOD from day one. Kind of crazy, isn't it? It's kind of crazy. Yeah. You're really telling. And also, I've been unfortunately banned from r/BrettTube for no apparent reason, which is kind of fucking weird. I asked them why I have been banned though. Doesn't seem fair since I didn't infringe anything. That's weird. Yeah, I found it weird that they banned me from r/BrettTube for some fucking reason. It's still fucking weird. But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to complain about it, honestly. It's kinda whatever. Whatever it is, right? I don't know, it's just you know, fucking usual shit. They still believe I'm somehow a fucking Nazi or something, which is fucking wrong, obviously. Apparently, yeah, this seems to go like that. Okay, nothing on Discord anyway. I had like a random Discord ping or some fucking announcement on Discord server or whatever. Yeah, I don't understand German though. Well, let's watch some more Asmongold content, shall we? Let's see here. What we got here? Give me a minute. I just want to open the Asmongold channel. Right. I don't know. Fucking. Should I do like the World of Warcraft shit? Like, this. What is this? Asmongold reacts to. Yeah, it's just another fucking reaction. Look at that. Yeah.
Welcome
Yes.
back
Here we go.
to a
Yeah. Oh shit. He's reacting to a stream. Giddy. You know, I will mess with Asmongold with the fact that he's getting bald, but you know, that's like literally sucking his fucking cock. You know that. Well, here we go.
developer interview. We have Ian Hazacostas today, game director of World of Warcraft. How you doing, Ian?
Pretty good. Pleasure to be here chatting with you.
Yeah, it's my first time interviewing you, so it's pretty exciting.
It's a
I think I've
total of
done
4
Morgan
faces in
and
this fucking
Ryan
stream.
Halloka, so I'm moving up in the world. So yeah, I got a couple questions. Got a lot of
Let's
questions.
watch
actually.
this and we'll do the alpha.
Mostly Dragonflight, some general stuff as well, if you don't mind. But yeah, I guess the first one for me, and this is something that a lot of people have asked about, really, is what's the kind of general gameplay rotation outside of like Mythic Plus and raiding and PvP in Dragonflight.
I think a lot of that's going to depend on your playstyle and what types of content you enjoy. We've learned from Shadowlands and that we tried to.
Guys, I know
help
the
guide
servers are up.
developments of Eternity's End and
I'm gonna watch this, then I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna make my character.
Avoiding stuff that starts to get seen as a chore. You know, the daily, weekly routine, the checklist, the stuff that you have to do.
I can't turn it up
or not, in order to stay relevant or competitive in the content that you prefer.
That's OBS, you dummy.
And so, what we have, I mean, loose and hand
That too,
say,
yeah.
4 Zareth Mortises.
I couldn't turn it up.
4
Turns out the
separate
balloon.
zones that each have their own renown progression, some traits and perks that you can unlock to be more effective in exploring and fighting
Wow.
within those zones. Cosmetics, tie-ins with crafting and other systems, but nothing that's like you have to be doing this to increase your raid DPS or to be ready for whatever your raid expects you to have, week 5 or week 6. And we think that's proven to be pretty effective over the course of Eternity's End and the end of Shadowlands, and that's what we want to carry forward. So play the game the way you want, do the content that you enjoy, and the other stuff is there for you if you want it.
Okay. That sounds awesome. That sounds really exciting. So
Grind,
you had a
bitch.
chance
Grind.
to jump into like
Grind,
early alpha
bitch.
as such this week, and it's been amazing. Azura Span, already my favorite zone, like Grizzly Hills vibes. It's super great and massive as well. That was one thing that was really kind of surprising to me. Was the zones were pretty big.
I think Azura Span might be the largest zone in WoW's history.
Yeah.
So
I think with dragon
And that's
riding
the
as
one we
well
get today.
feels amazing. Like just to traverse it and stuff. Like it's cool. Awesome. I guess sticking with like kind of PvE stuff. Mythic Plus dungeons in Season 1. So I think it was mentioned before that there was going to be 4 from the past. Is there any more kind of progress on that?
Yeah, we think we have a tentative list. So I think it's 4 new Dragonflight dungeons and 4 old ones initially.
That's good.
I think a couple that we're looking at are Temple of the Jade Serpent from Pandaria.
That's what we just saw,
Set of Stars from Legion, and a couple more. So, subject to feedback, but ultimately, we're pretty happy with that pool. We want to have, our goal when we think about the entire pool is...
At this point, whenever it comes to fucking World of Warcraft shit, I feel like they're talking about your fucking Chinese or something. Ooh, DPS, PvP, Dragonfly, they're talking about like a bunch of nonsense. I don't really understand this shit. Like, I kind of look like a fucking normie. I'm sorry, but I don't understand World of Warcraft talk, like nerd talk,
Dungeon length, layout, linear.
Yeah, they're
versus
only doing 4
non-linear,
at the beginning.
All of that, so that we have a nice mix there. And we're also excited to have a structure that lets us, shake things up in a meaningful way going into Season 2, Season 3. Look forward to hearing all the feedback and thoughts about dungeons that people do want to see or don't want to see, as the case may be.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I actually thought of another question just kind of off the back of that, as you mentioned Court of Stars. Legion Mythic Plus Time Walking, is that still going to kind of exist within all of this in Dragonflight as well?
No, no, it won't. Once we get into 10.0, I think in some ways Legion Time Walking, like the Mythic Plus piece of it, was an experiment that helped validate this on a larger scale. That returning to older dungeons and using them for modern Mythic Plus experiences could feel compelling and
Mythic
fun,
Plus.
And, having the two systems coexisting, particularly with there being some Legion dungeons in our seasonal rotation, feels a bit odd. And we want, ultimately, the conclusion we came to is we want Legacy Mythic Plus to be something that's available more than just 1 week every few months.
Nah, cool.
That's good. Yeah.
I guess sticking with Time Walking. I like Time Walking a lot. Is there any?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. He has nothing else to fucking say about it. Like, it's basically... I already fucking said it in the previous stream, did I? Well, same shit, really.
Any changes or improvements planned for Dragonflight?
Yeah, we want to continue expanding it. I think we can probably expect to see BFA Time Walking coming online at some point over the course of Dragonflight.
That'd be nice.
We want to keep adding Legacy Time Walking raids as part of that package. I think the question of what outdoor Time Walking might look like.
Fair use.
Timeless Isle.
We have, more scaling tech than we did before to make such a thing potentially possible. Again, it's more about giving players more.
That's what I have wanted.
Yeah. A way to, give
holy shit.
To revisit 18 years of awesome content that we have.
It might actually happen.
Spending all your time and the most.
Oh my god.
Thing. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I love those time walking raids, and
that's a
time
good
walking
thing.
Outdoor content sounds pretty awesome. I guess speaking of raids as well, the first raid of Dragonflight, we didn't really get too much information about it a couple months ago.
Yeah, let's hear a little bit more about this.
Do you have anything to share about what to expect from the first raid?
It's an awesome place.
Great. Thanks, Ian.
It's tricky to get too much into it without story spoilers, but it is an ancient.
All right. Well, there we go.
Prison for
who pre-ordered? I just did.
Dragon incarnates. Sort of the way back in the day. What we're going to learn is we know the dragon aspects as they are today, but they're ultimately the ones who won the war. They're the ones who emerged from the conflict with Galakron and the events thousands and thousands of years ago as the preeminent guardians of Azeroth. But there were other dragons that arose from the sort of proto-dragon primordial muck that had different philosophies and different aims, and their return is one of the major threats to our current world order that we're going to have.
Yeah, it's kind of the World of Warcraft formula tends to follow the same formula, right? Oh no, we finished like this threat that was from the previous expansion, but now there's this looming threat that is menacing the whole fucking world. What are we gonna do? Well, call the champions of Azeroth or whatever the fuck it's called, and like kick their ass again, over and over again, until the next threat comes again. Wow, such deep story fucking telling.
Have to navigate.
Yeah.
And that journey will take us to this prison of the Incarnates, a vault where the Incarnates were locked away. Awesome elemental theming, some epic dragon fights, and the rest we'll have to see.
Yeah, there's some placeholder stuff on the alpha that I saw, and I was like, okay. Yeah,
That's
that
bad. We about to look at all that.
I guess the Great Vault as well. I think it was mentioned a while back as well. There was going to be some sort of changes or some kind of iteration to the Great Vault in Dragonflight. Is there any kind of update on that at all?
I mean, honestly, I think we're largely like we've tweaked it over the course of Shadowlands. I think we're largely happy with it and carrying it, but I think it's a clear improvement over the just single loot chest that you would get every week in the past.
I think the Great Vault's good.
Some of the lowered thresholds and increased flexibility. I think it's in a solid place overall.
Yeah.
We've chosen to focus our resources on other areas that we're in more dire need of shoring up, but want to keep evolving the Great Vault based on feedback as it makes sense.
Yeah, perfect. So 927 has the I think it's region-wide consumables for the auction house, which I think is really exciting and kind of hopeful for the future of that. With the work order system, which was there was a blog post obviously about it the other day, which was really good, like super in depth and everything like that. Is that something that's going to be looked at as region-wide, or is that going to be a server?
That's actually a very good question.
That's something that we're still figuring out. I think that
grab a soda,
the ability to get in a group with someone,
some piece of food or whatever,
trade with someone, interact with them directly in person, and craft something cooperatively is something that will inherently be region wide. Anyone that you could group with, you could also have craft for you. With the work
soda.
Yeah, true.
There's an ad. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I agree.
I knew that was going to happen, man. I knew that was going to happen.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Absolutely knew it. Let me know when you're back. That's hilarious. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. I've paused real life. Oh, fuck.
What happened?
Oh, no. What have I done? What a madman.
People are saying 1 of 6 ads. Twitch doesn't run 1 of 6 ads.
Let me know when the ads
As far as I know.
Wait, hold on. Fucking 6 ads on Twitch? What? One of 6 ads? It's fucking Twitch fucking insane or what?
Yeah.
It's pre-recorded, right? So this is.
Yeah, I have no idea. Give me a minute. They do?
Holy
shit! Wait, randomly they do? I thought only streamers could run 1 of 6.
10 seconds.
I thought only streamers could do that.
Are we done? Are we out? Any ads?
Oh my god!
8 ads. Why is that 8? I don't even have.
Sometimes 8 ads.
We done?
Bro, no wonder this website's dying.
Right, everyone's sitting down. Got your popcorn.
That's horrible. Who the fuck would?
Yeah, I agree. Where the fuck on Twitch will you run fucking 8 ads? No wonder why the fucking website is fucking dying. What the fuck? It's god, 6 to 8 ads. It's fucking insane.
Watch that.
Funny fact, I once had tops 3 ads in a row on Twitch. Is this fucking bonkers?
Okay. You ready?
Jesus.
Okay, here we go. And...
Okay, let's get back to it.
Back in the room.
Order system, we're probably going to start off server-based and evaluate from there.
Yeah.
I think part of the
That's smart.
is just the sheer volume, navigating the interface, what that experience looks like. A big part of why we focus on consumables and reagents and other stackable commodities for the region-wide auction house in 927 is that there it's just like, all right, you want herbs, you want flasks, there's thousands, it's obvious what you're doing. Imagining individually listed items with different parameters that across literally an entire region, that starts to potentially get just messy and tricky to navigate. So we want to make sure we have a good user experience.
I still wish they would do it
out, but philosophically, you know, as people can perhaps infer from, you know, expansion of cross-realm play, moving things like portions of the auction house to be region-wide, like philosophically we are trying to move more and more towards an interconnected world where, you know, what realm you're on doesn't really have as much bearing in your ability to experience the game, and you're just playing World of Warcraft with a community of millions alongside you.
Ain't that something?
That is the perfect segue into my next question.
Ain't
and
that
this has
just
been
a bit of something?
a burning question for a very long
Wow.
time. And that
Thank
is
fucking God.
EU and NA crossplay. Is that something that could
No
ever
shot
happen in
that's
World of
gonna happen.
Warcraft, or
No
has
shot.
been an idea at any point?
I'll never say never to anything. The challenge there, it's not
It's
not a
latency.
question of
Like,
desire,
let's be honest.
like a lack of desire or philosophy. There are just some very fundamental underpinnings to the entire game's server architecture and how everything
That means
is
no.
built that make those walls, those boundaries pretty firm. It would be a very massive effort to unwind that. I'm not saying it's not worth it. It's just something that, like, the cost and the challenge is extremely high there.
I wish that you
There's
could
also
do
some
it.
stuff we'd have to think through, like what that means for time zones, what that means for
Just
raid
like not for
lockouts,
competitive
which
content.
are all on different weekly schedules.
There you go.
Like
For
Arena, that'd
good
be really
reasons, and that,
frustrating
you
to
know,
play
people
against.
no one wants their raid to reset at 7 p.m. their local time. What does that look like when now, if people could coexist? So nothing specific to announce there right now. It's a desire we hear, you know, loud and clear, particularly as the community does get more interconnected and people are on Discords with each other and people are, you know, in shared other communities
Like Twitch.
with people who all
that.
play WoW. They want to just naturally play together. But there's some pretty significant hurdles for us to overcome there.
Yeah, I understand it. Yeah, I could imagine. It's, you know, been so long, it's been separated. It's just could be a massive headache to put it all together. Speaking of, I guess, separation and things that have kind of joined together recently, cross-faction has been around for a couple of weeks now, maybe a month or so. And first of all, I want to get your thoughts on how you feel it's gone, how you feel everyone's kind of enjoyed it and whatnot. And obviously, the big question is guilds or expansion of that system. I guess that's kind of the question of sorts.
Okay, cross-faction guilds.
So
That's a good question.
It's been awesome. I think we're really excited by the overall reception. It's been, you know, I think last I looked, something like 50% of groups formed through the group finder, like doing raids, period, had members of both factions in them.
I'm
which
surprised.
Is awesome. Like,
oh, wow.
It's tearing down a lot of those barriers. We've seen,
Yeah.
you know, and some of our concerns initially were that it might erode faction
The other
identity.
50% were horde
But
only.
in some ways, we've almost seen it strengthen identity insofar as people now felt free to play the faction they most identified
Exactly,
with,
yeah.
as opposed to the one they felt like they had to play in order to play with their friends.
That's what a lot of
So
people
that's
said. I
been
remember
awesome.
Vin Ruki said that, I think.
It's something that we do want to continue to expand. As we talked about when we first rolled out the feature, part of why it's cross-faction instances are not...
Wait. Does that mean we can enjoy, like, org on human futanari? Okay, move on.
Just cross-faction play or cross-faction everything is kind of, as I alluded to earlier with regard to cross-region, it's like 18 years of underpinnings and assumptions and content built and code written, assuming, well, Horde and Alliance can never group together. Of course, these are totally separate things. And so there's a lot to
It'll take
unravel
time.
there. We want to make sure that it's a smooth experience. We also want to be mindful of, you know,
Gala,
how the
thanks for
social
10
structures
subs.
play
Thank you.
out. We know that this is a one-way path in a sense. We're never going to allow something, see social groups form, and then pull back and say, never mind, we're going to break up your groups.
Yeah, you
And so
can't
we
do
want
it. You can't
walk
undo it.
cautiously and conservatively, but guided by the
Yeah, it's like a constant cycle nowadays. Like, first of all, the Horde and Alliance fight each other, then they join forces against thread, then they fight each other again, then they join forces against a common thread again. It goes on and on and on. It's the same fucking crap. This is what I fucking mean.
The community and this ongoing conversation, I think it's clear that that's the direction we're going to continue to
Smart
head
for
in.
them to do that.
It doesn't seem like no one can agree on this fucking shit.
That's not our focus right for the launch of Dragonflight, but is something I could see us, exploring over the course of the expansion.
Excellent.
Big good.
I've got to say, it's been lovely to be Alliance recently. Just,
Cool.
You can actually play the
been a lot
game
of fun.
again. Imagine that.
I guess kind of an odd question. I don't know if you've had this one before, but with the free-to-play experience in World of Warcraft, at the moment I think it's up to
This is
level
a good
20.
question.
It's pretty restricted in regards
Yeah.
to that. Has there ever been any thoughts in regards to maybe changing that up
Make it
or
50.
doing any changes to the free-to-play experience?
This is actually a really good question.
So I think, we obviously in Shadowlands, we added Exile's Reach and kind of revamped our new player intro. It's something we want to keep refining. And we think there's work to do in, for example, updating, that the first couple of dungeons you queue into to maybe be a more new player friendly experience as opposed to dungeons that were originally designed for BFA and game players with a lot more complexity to them.
Yep.
True.
Our goal is to make sure that the starter edition gives you a taste of the range of content that Warcraft has to offer. And with the removal of the need to purchase any kind of, box, any kind of expansion product, the only barrier really is just becoming a subscriber, and you can check out everything from there. And so I think our focus is really more on just making sure that that full cohesive experience, 1 to 50 or now 1 to 60, is one that is welcoming. And we know we have a lot more work to do there in terms of better explaining.
I think they should make it 1 to 50.
Unveiled, like talent system, professions.
I think they should make it 1 to 50.
We are keeping battle.
That doesn't necessarily mean free to play, really, isn't it? It has its limits. Yeah, that's not free to play. There's a huge fucking paywall in order to get to the max level. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's not enough to get people hooked.
The leveling
20 is
expansion.
not enough.
I think thematically that feels like a more natural fit for a new player. You emerge from
Oh,
exile.
it's all about that, getting people hooked. Yes, be a simp for Activision fucking Blizzard. I love being a simp for corporations.
Reach and you go off to aid Lady Jaina and Kultiris as opposed to you need to go into hell to rescue Lady Jaina from, the jailer as like your second hour questing and WoW. A bit much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I agree with that.
Just go to super hell, straight after beating up some
Shadowlands
ogres
didn't
or something
happen,
like that.
basically.
So I guess I think it was mentioned before about account-wide things in Dragonflight. It's something that you're looking into to have, a lot of the stuff being account-wide.
Yes.
One thing that's a barrier for entry for at least me, and I know a couple other, a few people in the community, is reputations and, kind of legacy reputations in a sense. I have a character that I played forever and has all these reputations and kind of progress through the expansions, and then I play a new character, and then obviously it doesn't have that. Is that something you've ever... considered going back and looking at account wide in regards to legacy content?
I think they should make reps account wide.
Yes. I think
Okay.
with regard to legacy content, I think there's definitely an opportunity for improvement there.
Wow.
We don't have anything specific to announce for Dragonflight, but I agree. It's like there's that list of things. Anytime you think about switching mains, particularly when we introduce a new class, like the Evoker, this comes up. It's like, what are the things that make you feel like
you don't
you
want
would
to
just
swap?
be sad if you had to leave that stuff behind?
My
But as much
Amani
as
Warbear.
possible, we do want to make what we can there account wide. Going forward, as we've looked at modern reputations, what we tend to do is ask, what are the things the reputation gives you, and can those be account wide where possible, while still leaving room for, if there's an individual, eye level whatever helm that's on this track, we may still want that to be part of your individual character progression. Or if you're a tailor as opposed to an herbalist, there is value in this recipe being something you have to work towards as a tailor, but access to content, cosmetics, other systems like the extra legendary in Zereth Mortis and so forth are things wherever possible we want to make account wide.
Yeah.
I would not
love that answer. It's
be
brilliant.
completely
It wasn't just a no.
opposed
That's everything I've ever
some
wanted.
gear being account wide.
So this
say
is a
it.
good one. So the encryption of
say
the
it.
Dark Ranger stuff in 925, I got to say that was amazing. I do a bit of data mining stuff here and there, and like there was just pretty much nothing in there. It was pretty locked down. I'm pretty down impressed. Is that something we're going to see in the future with Dragonflight content, especially story beats?
That's our hope. You know, I think it's a challenge. We know certainly there's an information hungry community out there that will do their best to pick apart and glean whatever clues about even things that aren't encrypted packages.
Yes.
But yeah, and of course we want to make sure that we are testing the content and getting the feedback we need to make sure that, you know, it's good. But boy, is there a lot to be.
Isn't the game gonna release in like 4 fucking months? Barely any time to finish any substantial content there. It's still in alpha. That doesn't make any fucking sense, does it?
Said for just being surprised, for just, you know, not knowing exactly what's going to happen.
Like the Illidan cinematic in Legion.
And that's both, you know, things like surprise rewards.
That was badass.
Pieces, but also even things like
hidden,
the way the final bosses in Sepulchre played out.
Yeah.
Not being publicly tested. I think there were separate tuning issues with Sepulchre as a whole, but that wasn't, I think, a product of not testing those bosses publicly. Like we tested Halandris plenty on the PTR, still maybe wasn't hitting the tuning mark there, but there was a lot to be said for just the experience of week 1 being able to go in and be like, no, there isn't a video I can watch, there isn't a guide for this thing yet, it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
you know, those things will come out, but if we can at least give that vanguard the chance to experience the story, the world, the content unspoiled, we want to chase that wherever we can.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's so like it was so awesome to be on the internet when that Dark Ranger stuff came out. It was just people lost their minds, and it was brilliant.
Yeah.
No data. So I got one about the recent acquisition of the Spellbreak team. I believe they're coming in to help out with World of Warcraft, which is awesome. It sounds, you know, it just sounds like a positive in my eyes. But what does this mean for the future of?
There's barely any reaction from Asmongold. Okay, this is the most played bit. Let's skip ahead.
How that all kind of plays out.
Yeah.
A bit of a lore question. So the Dragonfly lore specifically, we don't know a ton of what's actually happening on the Dragon
Isles,
what the fuck
is going on?
Over the past years in WoW, it just kind of gets bigger and bigger. There was a big sword. I don't know if you've heard about that. There was some other stuff going on as well with N'Zoth and whatnot, and then going to Hell, obviously. So with Dragonfly, is it more down to earth in regards to the story, or is it going to get, is it going to escalate to some sort of insane threat once again?
Okay.
Oh yeah, it is. I think it is literally, you know, a return to Azeroth and a more grounded narrative. I think cosmic themes.
It's not grounded.
Have
Dragons
been
can fly.
part of WoW forever. I mean, I think if you go back and think like Burning Crusade or Legion, like the very essence of you know, interplanar travelers and Legion ships and the Twisting Nether and all of that is like very far from localized, you know, threats marauding in Elven Forest, but they were part of Warcraft, and so I think there's room to tell those stories. But we also understand that, you know, there's a lot to be said for being able to return to just a more inviting exploration themed vibe. That's just, there isn't the overwhelming existential threat that's right in your face day one.
That's bald.
Those will emerge. They will unfold. They're going to be villains for us to overcome and threats for us to stop. But I think, you know, back to Mist of Pandaria is probably a close analog in terms of the general.
I'm glad. That's what I thought too.
Feeling we're trying to convey here in terms of arriving in a new land that has its own rich history and culture. And of course, there are things that are wrong, and there are things that we're going to have to overcome. But let's explore at our own pace and let that story unfold. And
so it's gonna be boring. It's basically gonna be fucking boring.
That's where I
a
think
boring expansion
Dragonflight to remain. Yeah.
Great.
Excellent. I see a lot of people speculating on the final boss of the expansion as well, which I think is a good thing and
it's
an exciting thing to talk about. I guess like I'm going to throw this one in randomly just for, you know, but will we know the final boss by the end of the Dragonflight 10.0 story, or is it still going to be? Like...
I think by the end of 10.0, I think you'll have a very good sense.
That's a good way to ask that question. I like that. Yeah.
So I have some shorter questions, kind of like I guess just kind of quick fire sorts. New mount achievement for collecting mounts. Is there any plans for that?
It's getting to be about that time. So I think I don't have an exact answer, but I think our philosophy there is, you know, obviously we want to make sure that there's something to recognize the accomplishments of our most engaged mount collectors,
Yes.
without also setting the bar so high that it starts to feel like you need a bunch of sort of unfair mounts.
No, what do you mean?
Things that are no longer available for promotions or whatever to get to that number. We want it to feel like it's something that you can actually join the game today and theoretically.
What's going on?
But we're adding a bunch of new mounts in Dragonflight, and so it feels like it would make sense for that bar to go up again.
Yeah,
Good.
Excellent. So speaking of good old PTR mystery,
did Asmongold have a fucking stroke or something? What the fuck happened there?
this one's been rattling everybody for a while now. Stormwind and Ogrima, there was some additions in regards to some stables that were added recently. I don't know if you know anything about that or what's going on there.
No, I mean, sometimes they're seeds for future content and things that are planted as we start laying the literal groundwork for where things will happen down the line.
It's on the ground.
Nothing specific to announce right now, but just some refurbishing around the major capitals.
Love that. That's exciting. Here's a bit of a random one. Eversong, Ghostlands, and I guess Azura's Isle as well. They are on the Outland map, if I'm not mistaken, right? And they have been since Burning Crusade. Has there ever been, I know obviously Silvermoon, with the way it's built, you can't really fly around it.
It's never gonna happen.
But is that something you've ever thought about, kind of rejoining those parts to the original map?
That you've identified the problem. Basically, it was originally built that way.
There's no way.
And as a result, in Cataclysm, when the rest of the world was updated to be flyable, the changes that would need to be made have not been done in that space. If we have relevant content that sends us there, I think it'll make sense to do. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it's awkward and it's kind of weird, and we'd like to fix it, but we have an endless list of things we'd like to do, and we're always just trying to prioritize. It's not going to happen. 1,000 hours to make that happen.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, what the fuck should I be excited for World of Warcraft shit? Honestly, they're talking a bunch of nonsense that doesn't really get me excited in the end, which is fucking obvious. I fucking got move on from World of Warcraft shit from a long time ago, right? Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not gonna bother reacting to the rest of the fucking interview thing. But hey, I think I'm gonna have a little surprise before I go into another cigarette break. Wait a second, where is it? Let's see. Where is it? It's kind of related to World of Warcraft, I think, but I don't know where to fucking find it. Hold on. Is it on here? Hold on. Give me a minute. Okay, say sort by name. Where is it? Where the hell is it? Hold on. Chopper. Oh yeah, I remember the name of the video. Yeah. Give me a minute. I hope this is a name. I hope this word is in the name. Hold on. Yeah, apparently fucking folder is taking ages to fucking load, but anyway. Okay, let's see here. Is it here? Fuck. Give me a minute. It's gonna be good. Trust me, it's gonna be good. We'll take some of the memory lane up there, will be a trip back to memory lane. Give me a minute. Ah, shit. Dude, what the fuck? Give me a minute. Hold on. Let me go to the other video folder here. Does that work? What the fuck? Okay. Let's see here. What is it? It's not here. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Give me a minute. Let me just open it up. I think this is the one working. It's probably the one. I don't know. Let's see. There you go. Okay. Okay, full screen on the shit. Give me a minute. Where's full screen? I think this is full screen, yeah. Okay, before I go to a cigarette break, enjoy this piece.
Hey, what's up, babe? I got a chopper. This chopper will keep on riding and riding until I run out of cum. I have a question for you. Can I have sex? I am the strongest lad ever seen on this planet, Azeroth, baby. Damn. This whole
The only moment I can truly enjoy World of Warcraft is when I do this sort of shit. Pretending to be the fucking coolest dude in the planet. The coolest person on the planet. Yeah. Some cool PvP. Jesus. Every time I will go to that sort of areas, I will get constantly bombarded with port players.
Hail to the strong lad, baby.
What the fuck? I somehow beat with such a fucking shitty gear that I got. Someone with the Enzoth gear back in the day. This was like back in Battle for Azeroth, right? When the whole Enzoth thing was going on, right? And like, I beat this guy luckily, barely, with my poor shit gear. My poor shit warrior gear, which is barely under level apparently. I'm like, what the fuck? I was lucky I could beat this fucking hunter guy.
I shit and fart like never before. I shit the strongest of shits ever seen. And I fart the strongest of farts ever seen on this motherfucking planet. Me and my chopper have the power of 10,000 Azerothian nukes. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's probably just like a regular nuke, but more powerful. Damn, does the Theramore bomb count as an Azerothian nuke? I won't even know. I don't even know anymore. I only care about my own chopper. Biker born, biker bred. Even though a biker dead. Okay, that didn't make much sense anyway. That's actually nonsense. I know what I'm talking about. I have no absolute idea what I'm talking about. But I'll tell you this. Hail to the strong lad, baby.
The strong lad.
Sylvanas did nothing wrong.
Oh no, okay. that's fucked. Sylvanas shit. Remember when the Sylvanas discourse was a thing? And we're gonna take a cigarette break. I'll be right back in 5 minutes, okay? I'll see you in 5 minutes. man, I know the class of shit with the trip back to memory lane, isn't it? Well, I think I got more saved up videos from when I used to have the Noble Hassan channel. And regardless, you know, I don't think it's fit to play a macho man dwarf character in World of Warcraft for me anymore. I don't know about it. I felt kind of weird. Because maybe being a transgender non-binary woman, I don't know if I can, you know, I'll be able to play such a thing and get immersed into the character that much. Especially considering, like, my politics and whatever it is. Hold on, I got something on Discord. What the fuck is this shit? This is oh yeah, it's another fucking announcement ping. Give me a minute. Okay, so yeah, 1 hour 26 minutes of stream. I don't know about it. I think I should probably react to a final like Asmongold video. More likely. Yeah, nothing special in Discord. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here, my man. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, let's see here. I might show one additional Noah Hassan video before I react to like the final Asmongold video for the stream. Let's see. I had one that's called National Geographic. It's a collection of like PvP clips from World of Warcraft, and where I beat the shit out of some Horde players. Give me a minute. I gotta just get it ready for this. Give me a second. Okay, is it loading? What's going on here? Okay, there you go. Right, so National Geographic video. It's like a bunch of like World of Warcraft PvP clips that I did back when I was playing like Battle for Azeroth and shit. This is probably at the coattail of like the Enzoth update, which I mean, you remember you had like the Enzoth year, which, you know, it had a massive fucking DPS, but then like fucking they had the side effects of being able to kill you instantly. So basically, it's a high risk, high reward kind of thing, you know. But I don't remember if I had such gear back in the clips. I don't know, but it was probably at that point where nearly everybody was wearing like Enzoth gear all the fucking time for PvP or something. It was fucking crazy, right? It was kind of funny, the effects of like this gear. But yeah, here's the video. Fucking hell. Just imagine a little tiny dwarf, like a dwarf, like going around being a macho man and just going around asking for sex. I don't know. It was kind of funny for me back at the time. It was kind of silly. I don't know. The insult dwarf. That's probably like Duke Nukem. Fucking Christ.
Welcome to National Geographic, where we find the most rare and the most finest of the specimens in the world of Azeroth.
I'm gonna get a copyright claim for this anyway. I don't care.
Genuine and most ingenuine
Can I have
specimens
sex?
available on the planet Azeroth. And that's
Fucking
right,
hell.
we got a correspondent from Azeroth, the strongest lad ever available on the planet. That's right, Noble Hassan is on the task to find out what kind of specimens we can find here on National Geographic. Please enjoy.
Oh no. A self-kebab and kebab accessory. Hold on. Okay, obviously this is kind of like a bit of a, like anti-immigrant kind of joke that I used to do back in the day. But let me read this. I sell kebab and kebab accessories. Smells like wet sand and sweat. Does nothing more than eating kebab. His favorite travel country is Germany. Extremely dangerous. That's an orc.
Meme machine.
Right.
Meme machine. I'm a motherfucking meme machine.
Oh yeah, it's like a small orc.
Meme machine.
Yeah, you see all the Enzoth shit going on in the meantime, right? Like, holy fuck.
Without memes, I will die. Give me the memes.
I nearly die every time.
I need the memes. I smell the memes. I need all the memes to survive. I need the memes. I breathe the memes. I smell the memes. I need all the memes to survive. They call me
I end up killing him,
I
obviously.
catch the memes. I spread the memes. I eat
My
the
water works
memes.
skills.
I shit the memes. Without memes, I will die.
There you go.
Inhale the memes.
Oh, you can hear some megalovania here. The Three Stooges. Hold on. You know what we got? How we got these scars? Funny, can tell jokes. Thought the seething source was the Love Factory and they were Kramer. Real gamers. Fucking Christ. Oh god. Three dudes in a single setting. How fucking macho man this guy was. Holy fuck. And the third one should like... Third one, okay. There's a jump cut. Probably I died in between or something, I don't know. But yeah, I still beat the shit out of him. Boom, baby! Okay, final one. And this is the kind of music I'm gonna have a copyright claim for. Let me just lower the volume for a bit just in case. Give me a minute. Okay. Poopy man, pee pee poo poo. Poops makes poo. Eats poo. His life is peeing poo. Yeah, really, really telling. Really fucking telling. And this is just like a fucking low level horde player in like, what's it called? I don't remember what this territory was called, but it's like basically like a neutral territory or something, right? And he's like a low level fucking turd. Just griefing here. Nothing special. There you go. It's just fucking stupid. I don't know what the fucking point was that there to that. Yeah, I mean, obviously. Fucking obviously. It's like a low fucking level player that is minding his own business. You know, no one fucking gives a shit. I don't know, it's just weird. Yeah. It's just fucking weird. Well, final Asmongold video of the stream. Let's see what we can look at. Let's see. Wait, it's got mounts. Let's be. Okay, no, never mind. I'm not gonna look at that. Wow, it's corrupted and long gone. Definitely not gonna look at that. Letting an AI draw Asmongold. I don't know what the fuck this is. We're seeing that. It's just except it's got Greek God X on there. I don't know. I don't usually like MMOs in general unless they're really, really fun to play and not just grinding shit. I just generally dislike the current status of MMOs at the moment because they're mostly fucking grinding shit. Okay, first time playing Cuphead DLC. It's like 3 hours. No. Let's try a short one. I'm not playing Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Asmongold reacts. What about this?
This may hurt you, but I'm not playing Wrath of the Lich King.
I get that people sort of miss the nostalgia of video games, right? And people look back at things like Wrath of the Lich King Classic or TBC Classic or WoW Classic, and they wish that World of Warcraft retail would go back to the glory days.
Of course.
In my opinion, those were the glory days for its time. At the time,
this guy's been
World of
watching my
Warcraft
stream.
was miles ahead of any other gaming company when it came to designing and developing MMOs.
WoW was like, again, it was just so far ahead of every other game. Like, if you go back, like, look at, like, MMOs made in 2009, so many of them are just absolute horse shit.
Because Spider, how you doing? King Julian, how you doing, brother?
And it's still not much.
By today's standards, there are many MMOs that are far better than retail World of Warcraft, and also many MMOs that crush Wrath of the Lich King, TBC, or vanilla World of Warcraft. They were good, and they remain good. But this would be like me stating that Baldur's Gate is a better RPG than any other RPG that has ever launched. That's not a statement that one can make, honestly. If you're doing a top 10, then yes, Baldur's Gate will be in the top 3 because
it's contextualized around the time that it came out.
It was so far ahead of anything else that ever existed that it deserves to be on, at least in my opinion, it's number 2 on my list. The only thing that beats it is Witcher 3.
It's like Halo 1. Halo 1 has a lot of problems if you go back and you play it now, but for its time, Halo 1 was beyond groundbreaking.
And you know, Baldur's Gate 2 is a close
Same
second or third in this instance, and then Baldur's Gate 1 is second, you know, so basically Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 occupy 2 and 3 on the list. Witcher 3 occupies number 1. But there are better CRPGs that exist today than Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, just purely based on gameplay, based on graphics, sound, you know, most CRPGs these days are completely voice acted. That helps when you don't have to, if you're not in the mood to read a whole lot of shit. So yes, World of Warcraft Classic and the Classic experience was amazing for its time. And this is for me, right? Other people are going to have other opinions on it. For me, they were good for their time, but their time have passed. I no longer look back and think, oh my god, I can't wait to play these.
Forever.
No, I don't give a shit. Moni, how you doing, brother? CDJ, how you doing? Talakan, how you doing? I installed TBC so that I had to level everything again and decided I couldn't be asked to do so. Yeah, well, my thing is just I enjoyed it when it was current. I don't care to do it again. Even though Wrath of the Lich King is by far my favorite expansion that have ever been for World of Warcraft. It was.
Here's a bit of a fun fact that I tried to do in World of Warcraft when I was like dipping my toes into it lately. So I decided I could play World of Warcraft Classic, right? And what I did was create like a low level 10 character and travel with it all the way back to Durotar, I think, like passing through the area that I killed that fucking horde player, low level horde player, been retail, all the way, grab the ship in like Booty Bay, and then go to Durotar like that. You know, that's what I fucking did. And guess what? I didn't find any horde players in that area either. Nobody was there activating PvP and being able to fight me. No one. It was kind of fucking boring. I don't know what did I do that much effort in like traveling all the way from like Elven Forest through Westfall through Dustboard, then to like the jungle part of as like the Eastern Kingdoms, and then to Booty Bay to go to Durotar like that. It's just weird. I don't know what the fuck did I do that, honestly.
And it still is, but not now. I could play other games and it would be better than Wrath of the Lich King. So
I will.
And of course, on the way to Durotar, what I found is that it got killed over and over and over again in Stranglethorn Vale. Yeah, a Stranglethorn Vale. That's what it's called, right? In the middle of the sea. So I had to resurrect over and over and over again and repair my gear over and over again just to get there. You know, it's just so shit. Just pure shit, you know?
I enjoy going back and playing Wrath again. It'll be nice to go back and do the raids again, and I think that I will genuinely enjoy it. Like, I'll have fun. It'll be just cool to do. Like, I'm not, like, worried about it. I'm not, like, negative about Wrath at all. but I'm also not like super hyped up, and I'm not thinking, man, like this is gonna, take my stream to the next level. Like all I'm gonna do is play Wrath and that's it. That's gonna be the rest of my stream. No, it's just gonna be fun for a while. We're gonna go back, do it again, and then do something else.
I get that there's
Yeah, doesn't it like feel a little bit grindy there? Well, that's just my feeling.
people that like it. I'm just not one of those people. So to answer your question in a very, very long, roundabout way, will I be back for World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King? The answer is no. I will not be playing that. I will be playing Dragonflight because I genuinely have high hopes that Dragonflight is going to be a harken back to the days of Wrath of the Lich King.
Me too.
To the days of TBC.
Me too.
I think Blizzard have learned quite a lot from the Classic experience. Bringing Classic back and seeing what people love and the sort of hype that Classic World of Warcraft have that let's be frank, retail haven't had in a really long time. I think Blizzard, like retail Blizzard, have looked at that hype, looked at the success there, and said, you know what? Maybe we have forgotten what it was that made us a good company.
And it's like, it kind of makes sense because Blizzard says many times, they've said many times, they design expansions like kind of 2 expansions in advance. So a lot of the insights that they probably got out of Classic WoW are first really manifesting themselves in Dragonflight, because that's the first expansion that's probably being fully developed in the context around how successful Classic WoW was. Do you guys see kind of what I'm saying? You hope so? Well, it's what they've said, right? It is what they've said.
What made World of Warcraft good, and because Dragonflight really is back to the days of Wrath. Like, tell me what's the difference between Dragonflight and Wrath? Name the difference. There is none. Well, I guess the only thing that would be different is the fact that dragon riding is introduced. That's a system. That obviously, Wrath of the Lich King didn't have systems like that. Although, wait, didn't Wrath of the Lich King have Reforging? When was Reforging? Was it Wrath? No. It was Cataclysm.
It was in a pre-patch of Wrath of the Lich King, so technically Wrath of the Lich King, but also technically Cataclysm.
Cataclysm was Reforging. Or did Wrath have Reforging? For some reason, the timeline in my
that's
head
what it was.
does not make sense.
It's almost the same.
I think Reforging was removed in Mist of Pandaria. It was introduced in Cataclysm. So, yeah, the only difference is that Wrath didn't have any systems. And Dragonflight has literally one system extra than Wrath. For the most part, it's built on the same concept. The concept that, let's see what happens when you allow people to play the game the way that they want without trying to keep them busy. I
think that's a big factor. That's what I feel like. This is a big thing that it's a big thing that like New World did, and it's also a big thing that I think Shadowlands and BFA did, is that they actually created resentment. It created like an adversarial relationship with like the player versus the developer, because like now not only are only are you not listening to what players want, but you're like actively wasting their time and you're actively trying to like fuck them over. And I think that's why it's so hard to get people to be like optimistic or positive about WoW, and also optimistic and positive about New World. It's because both of those games did something that the players felt was genuinely disrespectful to their time. Pretty successful. I'll watch the Preach video after this. Let me do this one though.
To create stuff for them to do all the time in the game. And that, I think, is a good thing. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, I hope we keep seeing that, and I hope Dragonflight is good.
Me too.
Right now it is just hopium.
Me too. Yeah, it is
massive amounts of hopium because we don't know, but I'm hopeful.
I feel like even whenever we see the alpha, we won't really know, because I think that one thing that's happened is like the beginning of an expansion is like generally good, and then the expansion deteriorates in quality because Blizzard is bad at managing things. I think that in general, Blizzard is good at making games.
Fuck.
Blizzard is bad at managing games.
Drax for so
Transmog and
fucking long.
LFG, Cat out Reforging and Voyage. I guess you could say Transmog is very similar to Dragon Riding, right? So in that sense, actually, Moni, thank you very much for that. In that sense, Dragonflight and Wrath of the Lich King is basically the same thing. Because, yeah, Wrath introduced Transmog. It introduced looking for dungeon, not looking for group yet, but looking for dungeon. So Wrath had basically a system as well, and Dragon Riding is very similar to Transmog insofar as, well, you know, it's only cosmetic. It's not something that's required. It's not going to give you any more.
Guys, it happened 10 years ago. Please, like, yeah, he didn't remember whenever a feature in World of Warcraft was added. He thought it was added in one expansion. It was actually added in another expansion. He's so dumb, guys. What a big idiot. What a big dumb idiot. Wow. He's so dumb. He doesn't remember what expansion like Transmog came out in. Shut up.
Power. It is just a system that you can engage with that makes the world a little bit more fun to be in.
Yeah.
So I don't even know when Transmog came out either, because I'm not that much of a fucking nerd.
Let's see if it pays off. Let's see if this is actually the thing that Blizzard... If this is the thing that Blizzard was needing to do, I'm going to be so happy, because I've been saying this is what Blizzard needs to do for a really long time.
They need to do a lot of things. Not just
the
one
only thing that annoys me to fuck, like, this is peak annoyance. If Dragonflight works and everyone fucking loves Dragonflight,
yeah,
the WoW Andes are gonna be like, see, you guys were complaining for nothing. Look, Blizzard listened and they fixed the game.
That's what's gonna happen, guys. 100%.
I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm
that's right.
when that happens. Why? Because what I want to say is fuck you. It's because we kept complaining and because we kept
It's because people moved away from the game. What I genuinely think happened with 9.15 is that Blizzard saw that people were quitting the game. And what happened is that the developers and the people that work at Blizzard are like, oh no, we know better than the players do. You know, do we really have a RPG? I mean, is it really an RPG if we don't have covenants? Well, we have to have conduit energy or people are just going to be changing their conduits all the time. We can't have that. Right? And then so people just decided, nope, you're wrong. Stupid. We're not going to play the game. And then suddenly they're, oh, whoa, wait a minute. We hear you. We knew this was, we knew it. All right, the test is over. It's done. And that's what it was. And I actually think it's because people quit the game. I think it's because people moved over to Final Fantasy. I think it's because people are playing Lost Ark now. It's because they don't, like, they have to try harder to get people's attention, and they can't just rely on listening to themselves and assuming the player base is wrong. People actually do know what they want in a lot of cases.
I
mean, the main reason why they have to listen to the fucking audience is because the investors were fucking angry that they have massive fucking losses from people quitting the game. You know? So it's not really that they're listening to the actual audience. They're listening to the investors that are looking at the audience quitting and saying, we are fucking angry about this.
The Blizzard finally went, all right, fuck you, we'll make the change, we'll fix the game. So, fuck you, you're welcome, you pieces of shit. You wanted to keep quiet, not say a word, and Blizzard should just have figured out. Like, literally...
I think that what really did it, so like whenever I think about cause and effect, whenever you want to determine whether something has a cause and effect relationship, you have to remove other variables that could occur. It was not that people were complaining, because people were complaining in WoD. People were complaining in vanilla WoW. People have always complained about WoW. It's like, think about how many negative videos there were about, like, WoD. And then they did stupid shit in Legion. How many bad videos there were in Legion. Then they did stupid shit in BFA. What really changed it, this was what's different, is the fact that people actually quit. People actually stopped playing. And that's what it was. Yeah, it wasn't quiet. Yeah, that's really what it is. Fuck this guy. He already said Wrath of the Lich King was his favorite expansion, so if not play it, he's a retail Andy. Fuck.
We're in chat again, and I don't think I'm bothering anymore with this fucking video. But yeah, that's I'm gonna call it for the stream for now. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna go for day 5 tomorrow. 4 days so far of reacting to fucking Asmongold reacting to stuff. That's fucking insane. But yeah, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Anyway, see you tomorrow anyway, and bye.